U.S. not ready for hypersonic threat from Russia and China. What the world definitely needs is more weapons. A U.S. general in charge of the country's nuclear arsenal said the nation currently has no defense against new hypersonic weapons being developed by the Chinese and Russians. The lower altitude trajectory make them more difficult for U.S. missile defense satellites and radars to pick up. The official said the U.S. would need to first upgrade its sensor capabilities as well as develop more effective interceptor missiles with more lethal warheads. Or the U.S. could just strike first. That would be a win-win all around. Blame it on the video games. Russia says new Satan II nuke can hit the U.S. Russia is preparing to test launch its latest nuclear-armed intercontinental ballistic missile, which it claims can get through America's defense shield. The RS-28 Sarmat, or Satan II, weighs over 100 metric tons, with Russian state-linked media claiming it has a 10,000-kilometer range. Moscow says the Satan II is capable of destroying an area the size of Texas. The RS-28 Sarmat is equipped with multiple hypersonic warheads, MIRVs, to help it evade missile defense systems. Russia says the new missile can carry a payload of up to 15 thermonuclear warheads. The first test launches were slated to be held at a testing ground in western Russia by the end of the year. Russia is planning for the RS-28 to enter service by 2020 as a part of its ongoing push to modernize its nuclear arsenal.
Russia goes full Bond villain. A leaked Pentagon document says Russia is working on an underwater drone nuke. The autonomous underwater vehicle, dubbed Canyon by the US, was conceived to target coastal areas. Russia reportedly refers to it as Ocean Multipurpose System Status 6. The warhead measures 5.5 feet wide and is 79 feet long. According to Popular Mechanics, it has a range of 6,200 miles and can dive to over 3,000 feet and travel at 100 knots. The device can also wield the 100 megaton nuclear payload and reportedly contains the radioactive isotope cobalt-60. That means an area struck by it would be dangerously radioactive to humans for around a century.
Russian subs could knock out the UK's data cables. Last year, one of the UK's top military dudes warned Russia could attack the country's economy via the internet, but what would that look like? Trade, business, communication, and nations rely largely on deep-sea data cables to function. These global links connect the planet's information. But they're very vulnerable. In December 2017, Britain's top military officer, Sir Stuart Peach, warned NATO must safeguard them as a priority due to threats presented by Russia's navy. In international waters, the cables are in a legally gray area, meaning an attack on them may not trigger NATO collective defense, and the cables can be easily destroyed via small explosives, according to the Center for International Maritime Security. If successful, an attack would damage a country's economy and bring their communications network to a halt.
Take a look at Russia's new Arctic military base. The Russian Defense Ministry has released a virtual tour of the country's new Arctic military base. Russia's new military base has been built on Alexandra Land, an island in the Franz Josef Land archipelago in the Arctic Ocean. The 14,000 square meter base is built on stilts, which are designed to help it withstand extreme cold weather. The base will house 150 personnel on an 18-month period of duty. It is also equipped with a clinic, library, chapel, gym, and cinema. Military experts say the new base will help Russia to control international shipping on the Northern Sea Route and protect the country's oil and gas resources in the Arctic. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the new base last month. The country is building 4 more military bases in the Arctic region.